First at 5, you're looking inside the Duncan Theater at Palm Beach State College, where two candidates are vying for one of Florida's U.S. Senate seats. They'll face off in their first and only debate, which you can only see right here on WPBF 25.
Democratic challenger Congresswoman Val Demings is looking to unseat incumbent Republican Senator Marco Rubio this November. Both are set to take the stage at 7 o'clock tonight. Good evening. I'm Tiffany Kenny.
And I'm Felicia Rodriguez. Thank you for joining us. We have live team coverage as we count down to the debate. Our Terry Parker and Angela Rozier are with both candidates' camps. Ari Height and Jade Jarvis with the last-minute preparations.
We begin with our co-anchor and moderator of tonight's debate, Todd McDermott. Todd?
Well, Tiffany, Felicia, tonight is a crucial debate in the history of this state. And again, debates are about politics, but this is also about leadership and the future of the state and the country. As you mentioned, we're on the campus of Palm Beach State College in Duncan Theater. It'll be a full house tonight. Behind me, you see the stage. I am in the president's box here. It's not where I'll be. In about an hour, I'll head down to the stage itself as the moderator tonight. Senator Marco Rubio and Congresswoman Val Demings will arrive shortly and be taking the stage a little bit before 7 o'clock. We expect a very interesting, very substantive debate tonight between the candidates. Now, as you know, there are so many issues not only facing the country right now, but also facing the state of Florida, as well as control of the U.S. Senate during this crucial time, as I said, in our nation's history and the future going forward. I won't talk about the issues. The issues are for the debate itself tonight. We had a lot of great questions. I'm going to be joined tonight by the executive editor of the Palm Beach Post, Rick Christie, as well as Vicky Sacheri, the executive editor of Florida Trends magazine. As panelists tonight, all three of us will be questioning the candidates for 1 full hour. And of course, that's followed by our debate special, which I know you'll talk more about, that we'll be a part of as well. For now, I'll send it back to you from Lake Worth and Palm Beach State College. We'll be checking with you and our political analysts in just a couple of minutes. Felicia, Tiffany?
All right, Todd, thank you. And our crews are also live across the Palm Beach State campus this evening ahead of the debate. Ari Height is there now with the supporters who have gathered this afternoon and the security that's in place. Ari?
Yeah, they just started showing up maybe about 20, 25 minutes ago, but that's not dampening any of the enthusiasm. They are fired up for this debate tonight. Let me step out of the shot so you can see. First, we're going to go across the street, closer to the campus. You can see, about 15 or 20 supporters of Senator Marco Rubio over there. They're holding signs saying things like, "We love Marco" and "Re-elect Marco Rubio." And not to be outdone, Congresswoman Val Demings supporters are here as well. They just showed up maybe about 5 minutes ago. There's about 15 or 20 of them here as well. There has been a little bit of talking back and forth going on so far, not a whole lot, and for the most part it has all been in good fun, just kind of yelling blue or red back at each other. So far, and you can see a woman just showed up right now. More Marco Rubio supporters just showed up, so maybe a little bit more weighted toward Marco Rubio right now, but again, no hostility at all right now, kind of keeping on their separate corners for a little bit. Again, a little talking going back and forth, but nothing hostile at all. But so far, everything just in good fun as they are waiting for this debate tonight at 7 o'clock. That is the very latest reporting live in Lake Worth. Let's check in now with Jade Jarvis, see what's going on over there.
Hey Ari, right now we're in the Public Safety Conference Center here on campus, and students are very excited for tonight's debate. I'll step out of the way so you can see the room. A little bit empty. We do have some students in the back. No one brave enough to get in the front of the camera though. But you see the big screen there, and they're going to be watching the debate on these screens around the room. We spoke with students over the last few weeks, and no matter their level of interest in politics, they say they're looking forward to this. First, they believe it's huge for the college and the campus to host this event. But secondly, they really want to learn more about the candidates, Rep. Val Demings and also Senator Marco Rubio, and where they stand on some of the issues in this election. Thirdly, they care about issues like the economy, education, and housing affordability, so they really want to hear more about those. And also, they want peers to walk away with a more informed decision and to hear and receive differing opinions that they might hear during this debate. Now, we'll be here throughout the rest of the evening, bringing you reaction from some of the students, and we will bring that to you in our debate special tonight at 8 o'clock. For now, live in Lake Worth Beach, Jade Jarvis, WPBF 25 News.
Jay, thank you. The debate could play an important role for voters who have yet to cast their ballot. A Mason-Dixon poll released earlier this month has Rubio with a 6-point advantage over Demings.
We continue our team coverage with Angela Rozier and Terry Parker, who are covering both of the candidates. Let's start with Terry Parker, who is with the Val Demings camp tonight. Terry?
Val Demings is hoping to score a big win tonight. As you just heard, recent polls show her trailing the incumbent Marco Rubio. Tonight is a chance for her to convince those undecided voters that she is the best choice for this Senate seat. Demings initially raised about twice as much money, more than Rubio, but she has already spent millions on TV and other ads, and now Rubio has caught up in the fundraising game. The problem for Demings is many Floridians still don't know much about her. She was born in Jacksonville, the daughter of a maid and a janitor, a former Orlando police chief married to a former sheriff. And that backstory has helped her get national attention, but will it bring Florida voters to check their ballot for her? Of course, Democrats would love to swing the state to a Democratic senator, which would help them keep the majority in the Senate. This debate will be the chance for Demings to bring her message home, to say where she stands on abortion rights, health care costs, inflation, and the economy, all big issues that voters care about. At a recent campaign stop in Tampa, Demings admitted she knows she faces an uphill climb, but she says it's not impossible. Tonight will be her chance. And what about Marco Rubio? How is he going to fight back against this determined challenger? For more on that, we go now live to my colleague Angela Rozier. Angela.
Terry, I can tell you when Senator Marco Rubio steps on that debate stage tonight here at Palm Beach State College, he will have a chance to tell his voters why he deserves a second term. I can also tell you that he has announced that he has received support of virtually every Cuban exile organization here in the state of Florida. Now, he was born in Miami and is one of 4 children of Cuban immigrants who came to America back in 1956. He says he believes in the American dream because he's lived it. Now, the stakes couldn't be higher tonight in the Senate race. Early voting is already underway in some of the counties here in Florida. Now, according to the University of Florida, early turnout at this time so far in 2022 is higher than usual for a midterm election. Now, I've already learned, as you've learned, that he is already, Senator Marco Rubio, already here on site, as well as his supporters to greet him. Felicia, Tiffany.
All right, Angela, thank you.
Again, tonight's debate between Senator Rubio and Congresswoman Demings starts at 7 o'clock.
It will be broadcast statewide, but you can only watch it here on WPBF 25. It'll be followed by our post-debate special with our exclusive political analyst.